Lane. I'm down on the farm, Larry Marble. Come on down that lane, through the screen door, down the hallway, into the kitchen. We'll sit at Granny Marble's kitchen table. This is the breakfast edition of our program. Hop Sing will serve us yellow fried eggs and pure pork sausage, peppered bacon, and Nanny's yeast rolls. He's got jalapeno gravy. He's got hash browns with Granny Marble's hot and spicy ketchup. I've got coffee. I've got iced tea. I've got iced milk. And we've got a great program for you this 21st day of December 2022. Of course, brought to you by the good folks at D&D. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com. We'll hear from D&D several times during today's program. Neighbor, let's take a look at corn, beans, and wheat, courtesy of John Tuggle & Company, Corpus. Corn and soybean futures mostly recovered the day before losses yesterday, largely due to a realization by the market that the recent rains in Argentina may not be drought-breaking and that there is less rain than was expected in the forecast for the next week to 10 days. Corn closed up 4, beans up 17 on the day. The wheat market seemed finally to take a consideration and in sub-zero temperatures forecast for the Great Plains as KC wheat traded over 13 cents higher at one time, only to close just 3 higher for the day. The communist Chinese COVID problem continues to be a potential demand problem for all the commodities. Corpus Christi's public elevator and ADM is open for Milo trucks this week through Thursday, then closed Friday through Monday for Christmas holiday. Anderson's Houston is open Wednesday and Friday 7 to 2, closed Monday, January the 2nd. Anderson's expects to be closed for Milo trucks during the month of January. Cargill and Houston is closed for trucks through Tuesday, January the 3rd. For help marketing your grains, it's John Tuggle & Company, Corpus, 800-288-4453. We're on the line with Wade Floyd from D&D Texas Outfitters, Seguin. Wade, everybody thinks about deer in the fall, but we really need to take care of the protein situation all year round. What do you got to offer us this week?
Yeah, Larry, we do Antler Max proteins and your Antler Advantage made by Purina. They're some of the best that if you feed them year-round, you really do see the result. We also carry a Double Down protein that's been becoming very more popular.
And we want you to get it at D&D in Seguin. Wade Floyd, tell everybody how to contact you.
Larry, they can call me here at the store at 830-379-7340. Extension 180.
Neighbor, let's take a look at meat moves from yesterday. We'll begin with the national pork carcass cutout value, 83.46 in the afternoon, down 147. The CME fresh bacon index, 121.17. Estimated Tuesday federal hog slaughter, 489,000 head, put the week at 968 after a downward revision of Monday. Last week's pace was 971,000, and the same week last year was 960,000. As we look toward wholesale box beef prices in Tuesday afternoon's report, $265.05 on the choice, $233.90 in the select. That was a $1.22 increase and a $4.67 decrease, respectively. Tuesday's federal cattle slaughter, 124 for the week, total 224. Last week was at 246,000, and the same week last year, 241. Ahead of the cattle on feed report coming Friday, analysts are looking for a 2.3% lighter December 1 inventory. That would be around 11.65 million head if realized. November placements are expected to be below a year ago by 2% at 8.2, with the average trade guess 4.2% lighter. November marketings averaged 100.9% of last year going into the report, though the analysts surveyed are split between 0.1% lower and 1.3% higher. USDA confirmed cash trade has been mostly quiet for the week. Neighbor, there's your meat moves from yesterday. Let's go right now to our friend Tom Nicoletti. His program is Focus on Ag. Tom, what's your topic?
Protecting your livestock as winter arrives. I'm Tom Nicoletti with Focus on Agriculture on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. My guest in the Waco studio today is Tracy Tomasic. He is Texas Farm Bureau Livestock Specialist. And Tracy, winter 2022 is here, but so is an Arctic blast that this week is covering Texas and much of the nation. What should people do here, ranchers, to make sure their livestock are going to get through this without any issues?
The winter weather conditions are severe. Just like any year when we get into this point, the first thing that folks need to prioritize is making sure that their livestock have plenty of feed and water available when the temperatures drop to these extreme lows.
Yes, and certainly cattle, sheep, goats, horses, any type of livestock need to be watched with a close eye by ranchers.
These conditions, even though they'll persist for days, the livestock are acclimated to them, and as long as we can keep them fed, they'll make it through without any tremendous issues. And one thing that we can be thankful for is that this cold blast of air is not coming with much moisture, so that's going to make things a lot easier on livestock as well.
Speaking of moisture, since we last visited in the fall, a lot of moisture has fallen over Texas, and the drought monitor is looking much better.
Since early September, Texas has really received some very beneficial rainfall for the livestock owners that plant winter pastures. It's really turned the table in regards to forage availability. There's reports of really good wheat and oat crops and ryegrass already popping up out of the ground. So if this winter chill that's upon us doesn't damage it too much, we should be looking at a winter with at least a little bit of grazing potential as we move into January and February.
That is Texas Farm Bureau livestock specialist Tracy Tomasic. I'm Tom Nicoletti with the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
When we moved to Texas, we were like fish out of water. We didn't know anyone in our neighborhood until our Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent came to the house. She was so helpful and reassuring, a friendly face with that Texan hospitality I'd heard about. When we purchased a Texas Farm Bureau insurance policy, we knew we were making the right choice. We knew our family would be protected.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to find an insurance agent who's a true neighbor. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
Neighbor, I told you Hop Sing was going to feed us. He's got pure pork sausage, peppered bacon, Nanny's yeast rolls, hot yellow fried eggs. We've got hash browns with Granny Marble's hot and spicy ketchup, cup of coffee, glass of iced tea, glass of iced milk, and a visit with a good friend of mine. I really enjoy talking to him, Doug Bass, Cattleman's Brenham and Cattleman's Columbus. Doug, let's review the sale from Cattleman's Brenham last Friday.
We had a good sale, Mr. Larry, at the end of the year. A really good market. You know what? This calf market just gets higher and higher. It's really good to see at the end of the year. We had a little slower run. We had 842 head of cattle. But like I said, the market was dang sure good.
Walk the pens with us, Doug.
Yes, sir. On your weigh-in cows, your thinner, lower-yielding cows, 18 to 39. Medium flesh cows being 40 to 59. And the better, higher-yielding cows, 60 to 81. Bulls, your lower-yielding, thinner bulls, 68 to 84. Better high-yielding bulls, 89 to $1.02. Didn't have any pairs. Had a few bred cows. Bred cows rang from 900 to 1150. Calf market, like I said, I think the calf market just was really outstanding. 2 to 3 weight steers, 165 to 240. Heifers, 150 to 187. 3 to 4 weight steers, 160 to 252. Heifers, 145 to 225. 4 to 5 weight steers, 150 to 234. Heifers, 135 to 217. 5 to 6 weight steers, 145 to 212. Heifers, 125 to 182. 6 to 7 weight steers, 135 to 180. Heifers, 115 to 165. 7 to 8 weight steers, 115 to 169. Heifers, 110 to 144. And your 800 to 1,000 pound steers and bull youngins bring $1 to 145. Heiferettes bring $1 to 114.
Of course, that was the last sale there at Brenham. And Doug, I'm getting old. I can't remember nothing this week, either in Columbus or Brenham.
No, so we don't have anything going on this week. We will have a special sale. I'd sure like to let everybody know about that in Columbus next week, Thursday, December 29th. Starting at 12 noon. We're going to have about 1,250 head of cows and about 40 bulls. And a really, really good selection of cattle there. We've got some really good cows coming to town if y'all need some replacement cattle.
That's in Columbus. Doug Bass, Cattleman's Columbus, Cattleman's Brenham. Tell everybody how to contact you.
Yes, sir. Call me on my cell, 979-877-4454. Or call us there at the office at Brenham, 979-836-3621. At Columbus, 979-732-2622.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to y'all, and we'll talk with you after.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a Merry Christmas, too. Thank y'all.
Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has protected fellow Texans with auto, home, health, and life insurance since 1952. With more than 260,000 square miles of land and 27 million people, that's a lot to cover. Whether you're wrangling cattle or wrangling kids, we're proud to protect Texans in all Texan ways of life.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to get insurance for Texans by Texans. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
Neighbor, one of the livestock auction barns that won't be having a sale this week is Carl Herman, Caldwell Livestock. They usually sell on Wednesday. Carl? Tell us how the sale went last week for you.
You know, we had a good group of cattle, even though we had a lot of rain scattered through the area, which we needed. Had over 700 head yesterday with 115 consigners, 44 buyers on a higher and active calf market. Cow market was steady. We had 100 cows and bulls yesterday. Slaughter cows 30 to 80. Slaughter bulls 75 to 85. Stocker cows 800 to 1700, and the pairs 800 to 1750. On the calf side, on the steers, 2 to 3 weight steers 183 to 240. 3 to 4 weight steers 199 to 240. 4 to 5 weight steers 188 235. 5 to 6 weights 165 to 202. The 6 to 7 weight steers brought 140 to 187. And the 7 to 8 weights, 134 to 157. On the heifer side, 2 to 3 weight heifers, 155 to 197. 3 to 4 weights, 165 to 230. 4 to 5 weight heifers brought 168 to 225. 5 to 6 weights, 148 to 202. 6 to 7 weights, 143 to 190. And the 7 to 8 weight heifers, 121 to 160. Overall, market is really, really good on the calves, and we look forward to next year.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
Okay, my number is 979-820-5349. Call the barn, 567-4119. If you're in the Giddings area, call Max Ebner at 540-8676.
Carl, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Larry.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, neighbor, we're on the line with Aaron Lee of Homestead and Ranch Real Estate, which specializes in Texas farms, ranches, and custom homes on acreage. They have specific steps for getting your ranch ready to sell.
Yeah, Larry, we want our sellers to put their best foot forward when their property hits the market.
We know that makes sense to me. What should the seller be doing?
Well, the long and short of it is they want to make the ranch look clean and organized. Remove the junk, shred the property, make the property accessible, and repair the fences. If the irrigation pumps are available, go ahead and fill the tanks and troughs. Make sure all the utilities throughout are functioning.
Then what?
Well, from there, that's where we take over, Larry. We ask our sellers to organize the records, and then we're going to get information on the leases, the water rights, and the mineral rights. We're going to map the property, make a list of what will and will not be conveyed, ensure potential buyers know the incredible parts of the subject property, and then we're going to try to overcome any potential issues before they start.
Great info, Aaron. How do they get in touch with you?
Well, they can call me directly at 214-985-9862. 214-985-9862. And you have my word, I'll call you back. Or they can visit us at homesteadandranch.com. homesteadandranch.com.
Neighbor, one of the programs from Texas Farm Bureau Radio that you folks never get to hear is called Around the Caprock. Now, the Caprock is the Llano Estacada, and I was born up on the Cap. And so was James Hunt. He's from Amarella. And here is his edition of today's program, James.
Area cattle feeders are gaining negotiating strength. I'm James Hunt with Around the Caprock on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. In recent days, local fed cattle prices in the cash market have been running around $1.55 per pound. Brady Miller of TCFA, the Texas Cattle Feeders Association, says that price level offers the potential for positive margins.
These animals should be coming out of the yard at a break even to a lot of these animals are probably profitable today. So it's been a while since we've been able to make that comment and say that on a cash basis. So we're seeing some of this leverage going from the packing industry to the feeder side, which is very, very good. Finally, about time.
The leverage Miller refers to is a result of the dramatic tightening of cattle supplies.
Unfortunately, for us to gain this leverage, we've had to endure a drought. Mother Nature has played a big hand in this, and we've been harvesting lots of cows over the last couple of months. And we keep talking about when are we going to see these numbers drop in the feed yards, and we're starting to see that.
Indeed, we are. Miller says TCFA estimates that in the three-state area of Texas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico, the number of new cattle placed in feed yards last month was down by about 19% from November 2021 levels, while marketings, the number of cattle sold to packers, were up by about 3%.
Placements are down, marketings are still running pretty high, running pretty good. That only leaves one thing, and the one thing that we'll see is fewer animals on feed. And this month we saw a pretty good drop. The last couple of months I think we've been running in that 99 to 100, maybe 1 month in there we've been running 101 on feed year over year. But today we're at 97%.
Putting it another way, a 3% drop for the 3-state cattle on feed number. I'm James Hunt on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
Neighbor, here's a shorter look at the grains courtesy of John Tuggle. Milo through Corpus in December, March plus 90, 13.25. We'll call Progresso 13.43. Yellow corn to Corpus in December, March plus 2, 8.52. We'll call Progresso 8.72. Hard red winter wheat to Houston, 9.77, and beans to Houston, 14.53 1/4. Texas cotton, 85.14. That's the bale count. 86.84 was the average price. That's it for Down on the Farm. I'm Larry Marble, you're my neighbor. Neighbor, good day to you.